trends will be different from the regional. So the regional trend is like that, it'll come off trend. You'll get some complexity in the region. As I said before, if all the structural geologists start arguing, you know it's interesting because it doesn't fit the normal structural sequence. Something is wrong. The stress field's been diverted. Something is happening at the time. And then the 10th one is, if we're going to find a major discovery, we need a combination of supportive boards, good management, skilled exploration team, knowledgeable consultants like myself and Tucker, of course, the company that have seen lots of these things. And then you need some good luck. But the important thing to take away from this really is, if you want to make discoveries in Egypt, you really need to work with good technical teams, people that have got good geophysical backup, good geochemical backup, good technical staff, good consultants, because they're the people that work. I think Gates is a very good example there, and you need people that can follow through. You know, I always look at people, and I look at Roger back there, and last time I saw him, he was doing all the gator work, and Gator's a giant. Next time I see him, he's over here at Sukari, for example. It's important, I think, to get the right teams together and get the right people. And I always think the right consultants, because I'm a consultant, so I have to think that way. But we've got a breadth of experience, and we can assess these terrains and pick out the good ground and so on. As I understand it here, the government is in joint venture with the companies, isn't it? So to me, it's very important that you pick good companies. This is just my message. Happened very well in Tanzania. I mean, we're a very small company on the Canadian stock that I'm associated with. My son and I just run an exploration. We've got one geologist drilling 40-something holes in 4 months, and we make a discovery. And I think it's because we picked that ground out of so much ground around that we had a chance to pick. We picked the right ground in the first place to make a discovery. And I think this is a very important thing. Anyway, so I'll finish my orogenic gold there with a sort of bit of a political message, I suppose. But I think that Roger would agree that on all those 10 commandments, except maybe number, was it 7 or, it ticks in every box pretty well.
If you look at those Isaac domes as being that sort of granite,
yeah.
it fits with this sort of system pretty well.
It fits as well,
There's
yeah.
one in the southwest, there's a couple in the north.
Exactly. That's what I thought, but I didn't know.
Well,
yeah. I think some of the structures are being controlled by the granites, and that's that's what I was thinking. So, you know, I just used Sukari as an example. It pretty well fits all the 10 commandments exactly.
And there's quite a few other small scale prospects in the eastern desert that would fit in a lot of those.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry I don't have so much experience in Egypt. I hope that might change in the future if I continue to be associated with Tani, Ashanti, and Phil. But you know, I hope that I brought you some sort of an overview of the orogenic gold systems. Okay. So what I thought I'd do next was is look briefly at intrusion-related gold. So we're looking at if we think of it, I've heard a lot in the audience of a sort of pre-orogenic gold. It seems to be something that people here seem to talk about pre-orogenic gold and synorogenic gold and post-orogenic gold. So the pre-orogenic gold would be the porphyries and epithermals and so on, and the volcanogenic massive sulfides that Tucker's going to talk about. The synorogenic gold are these orogenic gold systems in different host rocks. And then the post-orogenic gold are what I call intrusion-related gold. They're occurring in extension at the end of the orogenic cycle. So I'll just run through a few slides before Tucker talks, and we'll have a look at what intrusion-related systems look like, because I think you'll see that there's potential for these here in Egypt. If we look at the Arabian-Nubian Shield, certainly there's potential for these sort of things in Saudi Arabia, for example, on the other side of the Red Sea, and you've got some geology, maybe it's a bit too covered up, I'm not sure, that may also have this style of mineralisation. And if you excuse me, what I'll do here is I had some files. I did this with mostly with two of my students. We made some files, and they were just normal PowerPoints, and somehow I changed my computer, I changed all the software, and I've turned these into read-only files. So I can show them, but I can't change them. So I'll just skip through the ones I don't want to show it, but I'll just pick out the main ones to show you. I won't go through all this repetitive stuff that's in it. So it won't be quite as smooth as my other talk, but I can show you.